Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker. I'm the head trader here, but I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. So, in today's video, we'll take a look at the economic data, we'll go over some news, we'll do a market recap, and then we'll looking at the trading opportunities for today. So, today on the economic data front, we did have pending home sales come in better than expected here at 0.8%. And we also had U.S. crude oil inventories come in better than expected today at minus 7.489 mil. And looking at the calendar here, tomorrow, Thursday, March 30th, we do have GDP and initial jobless claims. So now we'll look at some news. We did have President Biden saying the banking crisis is not yet over. And we did have Silicon Valley resume trading today after being halted for quite some time. As you can see, it opening here at $284 and hitting a low of 20 cents. So, yeah, that's just the definition of a death candle and just blowing up. And here we have the year-over-year percent increase in U.S. monthly rent prices moving down to 2.7%, which is the lowest since April of 2021. And here we have the global shipping rates continuing to edge lower. As you can see, most of the supply chain crisis is behind us. And we have Saudi Arabia partnering with China to build a Chinese oil refinery for 83.7 billion won, or $12.2 billion. And we also have China and France completing the first won-settled liquefied natural gas trade, signaling the end of using the dollar for these energy trades. And we also have the boy himself, the one everybody hates the most in government, SEC Chair Gary Gensler, appearing in front of the House Financial Services Committee on April 18th. And there was a submerged barge carrying 1,400 tons of toxic methanol today that, in the Ohio River. So now we'll look at the market here. Starting in the debt market, we have the 10-year yield here getting a red day after wicking off that midline, still down here in the lower end of the daily range, and getting up and touching that midline there on the weekly chart as well. Looking at the dollar, we do have a green day in the dollar, just kind of consolidating here at the lower end of this daily range and the weekly range. S&P 500 SPY, we did have a monster gap up here in the SPY, getting a green day here after kind of closing at that midline yesterday, getting into that upper range here on the weekly chart. Turning to cryptos, we have Bitcoin getting a green day after bouncing off that midline there on the daily chart, turning green on the week, looking to break these highs from last Wednesday. XRP, another really strong day here in XRP. We did break that 55-cent level I was talking about. We did get a high on the day here at 58 cents. But, now what we need, we got that nice move up, but we need this weekly candle to close above that 55-cent level. If this just gets a monster wick and closes down below this resistance, this is coming back down. But, we really want to get a nice, strong weekly close here. We still got some time, obviously, but yeah, we're definitely looking for that weekly close above that 55-cent level. That would be money. That's what we're looking at. Turning to commodities, we have oil here getting a red day, kind of pulling back into that midline there. Gold, red day as well, still consolidating up here at the upper end of the daily range. Sitting right there below that monthly extreme. Silver, slight green day, just kind of a doji candle here, sitting at the upper end of the daily range as well. Really nice monthly candle here. So looks like if we can hold up here for a while, we will be getting a monthly close above that midline on silver, which is extremely bullish. So now let's look at the trades. We'll start on the S&P 500 volume analysis here on the daily chart. As you can see, we are finally getting a trend break here in the volume with a higher volume day than we got yesterday. About the same volume as, what was this, a couple of days ago. But just, monster gap up here. Turning green on the week. Majority just all buying today. So now we'll look at the 5-minute. So here we have the S&P 500 on the 5-minute chart. I'll zoom out so you can see how big this gap up was. See, this is where we closed yesterday, and we gapped up all the way above here, above Monday's level. above Monday's high here. And as you can see, we kind of just chopped around, most of the day until about 2:30 when we did get a nice strong push up through that daily 50 moving average and just, pushing into highs into the close. When it comes to trades, there wasn't really any good trade here on the SPY. Today was more about technology, so we can look at the relativity here. So here you have the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. As you can see, the Nasdaq or the SPY was much choppier, getting below the open a lot and piercing through VWAP. But here, if you look at the Nasdaq, the technology, you can see us staying above the open and getting really nice bounces here on the on VWAP. So yeah, today we're not gonna really focus on the S&P 500. We're gonna focus on the Nasdaq. So we will look here at the Qs because there was a nice trade in the Qs here. We did have this downtrend break. Actually, let me show you that first before we get into the trade. So you can look up here at this 2 hour. As you can see, we did have like a bull flag that we were breaking out of. As you can see, the nice up move and then the flag pattern. And yeah, you can just look here on the 30-minute. You see we got that gap up, pulled back into it, and then we held above the open and let our trade lines come in here and catch up and then push us up to these highs and through these highs from Monday. So yeah, really bullish, kind of breakout pattern here in the Nasdaq. But as you can see, we did have that really nice squeeze here with upward momentum right there above the open and above VWAP. And we had those trade lines like I just showed you, on the 30-minute come in and on the 15-minute come in with that squeeze. And we did get a nice push up here. So this was a really good squeeze to get long into with that upward momentum here. Around the 2 o'clock mark on the day. And we do have these pulled up here. We were looking at these 312s. So say you're getting in here on this momentum shift somewhere. We'll look at the upper range. We'll call it 35. And on the break of the highs, you're looking at about 89% gain. And then that massive push into the close, you're looking at almost a 300% gain on these NASDAQ contracts. And the reason these made such a big move is because these were the day of expiration. But this was just such a nice setup. I didn't feel really the need to go out another day. I really like this setup with a super tight stop loss. I mean, this was just, you're getting in, in here with your stop loss like right here. So, you have the risk reward is definitely worth it to take the same day expiration here on these contracts. And we can look at the daily chart. As you can see, we did just get that pullback, a nice wick bounce off, pretty close to that midline. So yeah, really nice trade here on the Nasdaq. And there was actually a good bit of trades today. Today was actually a nice day for trading. As you could see when we looked at the SPY, the daily volume, we did have a lot more volume today, and it was majority buying. So the next trade I wanted to go over today was in trade on Apple. Apple actually had its first move a lot earlier in the day. So here you see we had the big gap up on Apple, kind of the push up, the pullback, the consolidation. We got a squeeze with upward momentum, and we got this downtrend break. So this could have been a really nice entry here for the Apple calls. And I do have these pulled up right here. So say you're getting in somewhere around here, we'll use the upper range. So we'll call it $1.23. And on that first push up there to retest the highs, you're looking at about a 20% gain. And then into the close, you're looking at a nice 47% gain on these Apple calls. So a really nice trade here on Apple as well. We can zoom out. And as you can see, kind of the same as the NASDAQ itself. Apple's the largest tech stock there is. So obviously they're going to be pretty similar, as you can see with the kind of the bull flag breakout here. As you can see, we got that push up, just bounced right off that downtrend line. And then we got that nice 15-minute to come in and push us up out of that first squeeze, and then came back and caught us, and then moves us up to retest these highs from Monday. So yeah, really nice trade here on Apple as well. Yeah, today was just, just bouncing off that midline, big gap up. Today was all about technology. And there was also another trade I wanted to go over. It is Alibaba. If you remember, I was talking about Alibaba yesterday with that news where they were splitting the company into 6 different groups. So yeah, let me zoom out so you can see. Because yesterday was that monster move that we were talking about. Today was just kind of a continuation kind of day. As you can see, getting a nice push up here. Kind of pulling back, getting our consolidation. Getting that upward momentum shift with the squeeze. And then we did get pushed to new highs here. We can zoom out some more. So as you can see here on the 30-minute, really nice trade on the 30-minute. Just came up, you know, kind of bounced off yesterday's highs with that 30-minute trade line coming in to catch the bid and then push us up to highs. Same with that 15-minute. We look at the daily chart. As you can see, yesterday getting that monster bounce or that monster push up there off that news with just an insane amount of buying volume. So that's why I like this trade today, because I mean yesterday was just a huge day for just monster volume day, just all buying. And then today was just a nice continuation, you know, day with that trade coming in after bouncing off, you know, pretty much staying above and bouncing off yesterday's highs. So really nice trade on Alibaba here. And there was another trade as well. Like I said, there's a lot of really nice trading today. There was one in Amazon. As you can see, Amazon getting the nice push up, you know, just taking a while, but getting a nice consolidation. This was probably my least favorite trade when it comes to like decent setups. As you can see, we had got the momentum shift and we just got a really short squeeze here. Yeah, but I mean, that was a nice opportunity. It didn't really get too much of a crazy move, but you know, really nice squeeze pattern here. We can kind of draw a trend line here. As you can see, just kind of like a bull flag pattern breakout here with the squeeze, and we can zoom out on this one as well. As you can see with that 30-minute coming in and catching the bid there, like a lot of the other stocks. Zoom out the daily chart. As you can see, just, you know, nice gap up day after breaking this long downtrend we've been on. You know, nice bounce off that midline there. So yeah, really nice trades today. You know, there was other moves that happened, but those were like the top moves. The NASDAQ obviously is the one you want to watch because we get those same day expiration contracts. So really nice opportunity for big percent gains here. So this was a really nice trade. Apple, obviously, if Apple has a setup, you want to trade that. Amazon, and then we had Alibaba with the nice continuation trade after that big news we got. So yeah, really good trading today. Nice to see that volume spike we got with all that buying today. So yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. You know, going forward, see if we get some continuation through the rest of the week, because we did just flip green on the week, and we do have this upper extreme here with this kind of open lining up here around this 405 level. So we might be looking for a, you know, potentially some continuation up through there if we do break these highs from the 22nd here, last week's highs. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out, see if we can break last week's highs coming up tomorrow or sometime the rest of the week. But yeah, I think that should do it for the video. Appreciate y'all watching, and I will talk to y'all later.